Uranium wants to know, are Speedybee stacks really as bad as people say? Mine have been excellent. Mine have also been excellent. Here's what I can tell you, Uranium. I know from talking to certain stores, I'll leave it up to you to guess which stores they are. I know for a fact that the Speedybee flight controller is outselling all other flight controllers available, Betaflight flight controllers, by a huge margin. And the reason for that is that it is very full featured at an extremely competitive price. That's a fact. It just, I don't know how Speedybee did it, but they have made a good flight controller with a good feature set at a price that is significantly less than their competition. And the market has responded. Everybody's freaking buying these things. And one of the things that happens when you have a very, very popular product is that the number of defective units goes up. Think about it. If your defect rate was, let's say it was 1%. I don't know. I just pulled that number out of my ass. That's just making it up. But if your defect rate was 1% and you sold 1,000 units, you would have 10 bad units. And if your defect rate was 1% and you sold 10,000 units, you'd have 100 bad units. And so the more you sell, the more people are out there. And of course, it's the people it's the people who get a bad unit and say F this thing that go on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else and complain. So one of the things that happens, and this isn't unique to FPV, it just is a thing that happens in the world, is when you have a very, very popular product, you also have more people complaining about the problems that they're having with that product, even if the defect rate is the same. Now, I don't know what the defect rate is for Speedybees. I don't even know how you would get that information. But I do know that they are dramatically more popular than any other flight controller. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are using them successfully with no problem. It doesn't mean they're perfect. But my guess is that they have a similar defect rate to other flight controllers, and they just sell so damn many of them that it seems like there's people out there who have problems with them. That's my guess. That's my take. The only thing I know for sure is wrong with it is that in the F405, if you put an SD card into the black box logging slot, the OSD stops working, which is kind of like, how did that get through testing? But there you go. So I think that is still a safe recommendation. Is the Ratel 2 a good analog camera? Asks Squid RL. In short, yes. In short, yes. It's solid. It used to be I think it used to be priced lower, and so it was a better bargain than it is today, but it's still a solid camera. My favorite right now is the Runcam Phoenix. The new Runcam Phoenix is pretty baller. I recently got to fly some quads with the Runcam Phoenix in it. It's this one, the new one. Runcam Phoenix 2 Special Edition. If you buy this camera, oh Jesus, shut the heck up. It's not $25. How is this $25? The hell? Okay, what? Okay, that's... it doesn't seem right. That's a damn good camera for $25. That's... I don't understand how that's that cheap. This is a really good camera, and at $25, it's shockingly good. I will say this. So every so often, a couple times a year, I go away and I teach a class. There's this company that has been hiring me for, actually, it's been like 3 years now. And those times when I don't live stream and I go away for a couple weeks, usually it means I'm teaching this class for this company. And now you're going to ask, well, who is the company? Tell us more. And I'm going to be like, no, I don't want to screw this up by revealing too much. It's a good deal. But it is good perspective because I show up and there are some quads that are being used for the class. And sometimes, like this last time, they had bought this camera. And so for all of the students in this class, they had this camera on their quads. And during the training, they were using this camera. And so it's like, I should now review this camera because I know I have experienced, because normally I buy a product, I fly it for a week or so. I only see one of the product. I don't see 15 or 20. So, you know, I know more about this product than I do about most products that I review, in a way. And I will tell you, the image quality on this camera is exceptional. I love it. It looks really good. I was very happy with it. I've always liked the Phoenix. However, this stupid frickin' lens hood. So every single one of these cameras that we put on our quads went out of focus. They were not correctly tightened down, and they went out of focus. And my guess is that this stupid lens hood prevented the factory from correctly tightening the lenses. So what you have to do if you buy this camera is the day you get it, don't wait, pop the lens hood off, refocus and correctly tighten the lock nut, and then pop the lens hood back on. But other than that, especially, I'm shocked that the Phoenix used to be a pretty expensive camera. I'm shocked that this is $25. I would buy this 100%. How much is the Caddx Ratel? Yeah, 30. No. Caddx Ratel, there was a time when the Caddx Ratel was like $20, $22. $30 for the Ratel. I would 1,000% buy this Phoenix 2 Special Edition for $25 over the Ratel. The Ratel's pretty good too. I mean, if you bought the Ratel, you didn't make a mistake. But I was real impressed. I was real impressed with the RunCam, except for the lenses. All, like, literally 15 of these, every single one of them, the student would come back and go, hey, what's wrong with my camera? And the lens would be loose. Like, we just started manually. Every time they would break a camera and we put a new camera on, we would just loosen it and tighten it down again as we installed it. It's Glitch Unicorn. Thank you for a $10 super chat. Whenever I tried to update the Caddx Vista to the latest firmware, it'll download to 99%, sit there for a minute, then I get an error. I tried removing WTFOS and still nothing. Yeah, Glitch, I had a computer that started doing this. Thank you for your $10 super chat. It would download the whole thing. It would get to 100%, and then it would not actually upload. I still haven't fixed it. I don't know what caused it, and I still haven't fixed it. If you have... Yeah, Blunty.
The way to... Just don't use DJI's program and use Butter.
That is what thank you. That's exactly what I did. So the DJI Assistant on my one laptop, my desktop is fine. So it's clearly a problem with the laptop. Will not flash DJI. And I removed, it also does it for the goggles too. So it's not a WTFOS thing. And I've tried everything, uninstall, reinstall, reboot. And finally I gave up, and now I just use Butter. I just use Butter to flash them, and that works. Well, with the V2 goggles. With the goggles too, I don't know. I have the same issue. There you go.